Hey, what's going on, Internet? The Blog Hokage here, aka TBH. And to be honest, I'd like to welcome you guys back to the Gaming Illuminati podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, and it's time for episode 89. Before we get into the show, allow me to introduce you to my co-host, the first of which should be married by the time the next episode comes out. UTX, no longer a fiance that died. Say what up to the people.
Whoa. What you about to say there?
No gamer words.
Oh, Lord. What's up, everybody, man? We are here once again for another good podcast, and I'm ready for all my homies to come down here, man. I'm excited to see y'all and experience a special day in my life. And yeah, man. Appreciate everybody's been giving a well wishes so far for the wedding and the kid that is on the way. So let's get it.
True. And our second co-host is hard at work on this game, Samurai Zero. I got the demo, so just PayPal me $5 a link, and I got you. Yo, say what up to the people, Ethos.
$5?
That's all it's worth. Shit, trash.
Oh, wow, that's crazy, yo. What's up, everybody?
Hey, and if you want to appear on the next episode, because we don't have a guest this time, be sure to back us on Patreon at patreon.com/GI-updates. Also, be sure to take the show on the go. The podcast is available on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and all other major podcast outlets. Be sure to download the GI app. It's available on iOS and Android. It's free. Just search Illuminati on your respective app and store. Keep in mind that we spell Illuminati with the word naughty or naughty or nice, which, by the way, I would like to say that the views on the site have been up. So shout out to everybody who has been finally supporting the site or whatever. I seen you made it. I think that was you that made a tweet about that, JG.
It was, yes. We appreciate everybody because y'all been very, very engaged with the latest articles over the past couple months. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, appreciate it. Download that app. Before we get into the show, got a few freebies for you for the month of October. PlayStation Nation, you guys get a free copy of The Last of Us and MLB 19, the show. Not bad. On the Xbox, pretty bad. You guys get Temp the Badass Elephant, what the fuck is that, and Bolt. And then on PC, on the Epic Game Store, you guys get Metro 2033. And then for like Twitch Prime subscribers, you guys get Stranger Things 3, The Walking Dead Michonne, Deadlight Director's Cut, and Adam Wolf and Serial Killer, which are all like spooky games because October, spooky Luigi. But that's all I got for the freebies. So let's go ahead and get into the show. By the way, this is probably going to be a short one because there really wasn't a lot of news, but we needed to knock one out, so it is what it is. Main conversation since the last podcast. Apex Season 3 dropped. Changes include an entirely new map. There's two new hops. There's the Anvil Receiver, which basically improves the strength on the flatline and the 301 but slows the rate of fire, and then the double tap for the G7 and the Ava 8, which basically lets you shoot 2 rounds at one time back to back. And then they added the charge rifle, which is basically a Spartan laser rifle that you can shoot across the map. They made some changes to ranked. There's a new hero, Crypto, a lot of different changes. How we feeling about Season 3, JG?
Man, I'm loving it. Since the first day, like, the map is dope as hell. It's a lot of different colors going on. It's a lot of different things that are going on in the map itself. We got cities that have like more than 2 stories. We got an ice area. We got lava areas. Like, everything is cool. I'm actually okay with the disruptors finally being gone and them adding some other hops, which they said that they're going to end up rotating. So all of that is cool. Like in the open areas, I feel like I can get my sniping on more on these maps. I'm just having a lot of fun, man. Like, I think that they did a very, very good job with this map change. I'm loving it so much more than Kings Canyon. Kings Canyon's all right, but I just think that this was a breath of fresh air with everything. I'm not a fan of what they did to some guns. They did nerf some guns, but they did buff some others. But it's still not stopping us from getting dubs out here. So again, I'm not really upset. Crypto is a character. Crypto's all right. Really not my cup of tea, but he's definitely useful in a lot of situations. So depending on like what lineup you have, like you say, if you have a Bloodhound and a Crypto, yeah, like they can't hide. Like nobody can hide. So it's been very cool seeing some of the different lineups and seeing Crypto being used effectively in different situations. But I'm addicted to it, dog. Like Season 3, this is all I've been playing. I got a lot of games in my backlog now because I've been playing nothing but Apex. So that shows you that I at least enjoy it.
Apex Season 3 made me realize I have nothing to play after beating the games that I want. After beating Gears 5 and dropping another game because Freaking, I didn't want to play that shit, but yeah, it made me realize I didn't have no games to play, and it's really bad. Oh yeah, because 2K is fucking up right now too. Because like when you don't have nobody to play, I feel like you can't play. I've become a sweat in Apex, and like randoms just make my fucking blood boil. I cannot play with them. So don't have nothing to play. Nobody to play with. I don't have nothing to play with. But season 3 is lit. I really like all the colors. They really pop on the map. It's really nice to look at, and it makes you want to stay in the world and the universe and stuff like that. Crypto's cool. Crypto. Me and Ethos were playing. We found that deadly combo, Crypto and Bangalore. Just get out the freaking way. Like you smoke the enemy so they can't see. And then Crypto pulls the drone up and then you rush in and they never see you coming. That shit is fucking fire, bro. That's a fun combo to play. And then you throw in someone like a Bloodhound who can also see. Like it's a very toxic lineup. It's a lot of fun to play. The Anvil receiver's fire. The Flatline, I think they buffed it because that's like my new favorite gun. That gun be hitting, boy. Even without the Anvil receiver. And also I like the double tap with the Ava 8. People were a little bit worried that it might be OP because you can shoot 2 shotgun shells back to back, but I would argue it kind of makes you like a glass cannon because it's only good if you have good aim. If you do not have good aim, do not use the double tap because it literally goes boom boom. You got to keep in mind that there's 8 shots in a clip, so basically you only get 4 shots with the double tap because it goes boom boom like back to back. And if you can't aim, you'll run through a clip real quick and you will look fucking stupid. So I would advise you don't use that if you feel like you don't have the best aim right now. But like I said, it turns you into a glass cannon. Other changes that I liked, the new robot, the new flying robot with they replaced the one that was on the ground. It changes colors and then the cargo bots, and you shoot the coordinating color and you get a loot drop off of that. That's pretty cool. I don't like that charge rifle. I was kind of indifferent about it at first, but now that the season's been out for a week or two, I don't like it, bro. And my main thing is not even the damage, bro. Fucking that shit shoots across the map straight. It's bullshit, bro. That shit is for scrubs.
Okay, you're just saying it's OP, but it's still a good.
It's if they just reduce the not the damage, but the distance on it, I think it would be fine. But like I be getting shot from like crazy lengths, and then like because it shoots straight, it just promotes scrub play, bro. Get that shit out of here. Like
they just get good.
Yeah, all right, bro. You like that gun? What you think of season 3?
Absolutely, I love that gun.
Yeah, I think.
I think this gun. I mean, not gun. I think the season is awesome. I've really been enjoying it. Got a couple dubs with everybody, so that's always a good thing. That combination is really good. Crypto's good. I wouldn't say like he like obviously he's not like for my play style, but since people want me to slow down, I play Crypto, so now I'll slow down. Consider I play very aggressive. But overall, no, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Everything that they've added quality of life wise has been good. The only thing is the charge rifle is the only big problem I see with the game right now, because it's like it just does everything way better than every other gun. Like it just does way more DPS than every other gun. It has ultimate range, better range than every other gun. The ammo on it, like you barely run out of ammo. I think if they can keep everything the same with the gun, but I think the gun should absorb like massively more ammo. So that way like you only get a few charges on it, or they let me phrase it.
Maybe that's what it is too. Yeah, it's like one
there's just so much ammo, so like they don't mind spamming it because it's just like, oh, well, I have like 300 bullets and it only takes 1 per each shot. I think, right? So it's like
correct.
Oh, I don't care if I'm missing. I just keep spamming the shit from like a stupid long range. There's nothing no one can do to stop me. I think if they take care of that, that would help. Another thing I think they could do is they could keep the gun exactly the same, but they make it a gold gun. I think that's in the way that they could balance this gun out, because I feel like it is on par with like really OP guns. So I think that needs definitely like I think that's one way. But if they want to keep it as just a new energy rifle that you could pick up, I feel like I agree. Like they need to do something with like, I think the range is fine. Like you can keep a long ass like range because that makes the gun unique. Keep the range, but I do agree like the DPS on it is kind of ridiculous. So like reduce that amount of DPS. Like if you hit somebody in the head, you just obliterate any shields that they have, and you do like a shit ton of damage to their health. So I don't know, like maybe damage reduction, increase the amount of ammo you absorb like per hit. Like maybe it costs 4 per hit. That way like you go through ammo hella quick or something like that. But that's my recommendation. But overall though, skins are fire, battle pass is fire. That's really the only issue. Everything else is just really fucking good, I think.
I would argue on the new map, it feels like I think we were talking about this the other day, it feels like the wins are more rewarding compared to King's Canyon. Just because there's less of a flow to the map, it feels like, and there's more wide open spaces, so you had to be cognizant of like everything going on. So like I feel like it rewards more skilled players, and I feel like I've seen a lot of people complaining that they feel like the map isn't that good, but I just feel like y'all need to get good. So that's my take on it. What about y'all? Do you feel like Jay? Do you feel like it's more rewarding to win on this map or Kings?
No, I agree with you. I feel like it's more rewarding to win this map. Like we've gotten into some crazy engagements, like from long range too. Like I prefer long range gunplay. That's just me. Because I like sniping a lot more on Apex compared to other games. But I do like that. Like there are a tons of different areas. There are a lot of wide open spaces. But like when you get in the city, then that's where you can get your close range stuff on, and other like smaller areas like that. Like if you're going through the bunker or whatever, like things like that. Like they have a lot of open spaces, but again, they have a lot of close spaces too. So like there's different types of play styles for different types of people. So I enjoy it. Like I said, I have no problem with it, and I definitely did get a greater satisfaction winning on this map compared to Kings Canyon. Even though just getting wins period is satisfying in itself, but you gotta be good for that.
For those of you listening that haven't played yet, if you were curious, there was a rumor about crossplay coming in season 3. There's been no confirmation of it. There hasn't been any update for it, anything like that, so don't get your hopes up for now. But it would be nice if anybody from Respawn ever hears this, for you guys to add some crossplay, whether it be this or next season. I would love to play with some PS4 players and get some more kills, get some more stat pad a little bit like Russell Westbrook. But yeah, that's Apex season 3. Moving on to the next game, Ghost Recon Breakpoint came out since the last podcast. We managed to get some early access on the game. This takes place, this is the direct sequel to Wildlands, right? Because the DLC and shit. Freaking, you're like,
I'm not gonna say positive.
Freaking, you're on an island. There's like some crazy military shit going on. JG Ethos, y'all enjoyed this game, so I'm gonna let y'all talk. Well, what'd you think of Ghost Recon, Jay? First impressions.
Let Ethos go first.
Oh, excuse me.
Ethos here. You good?
First impressions. Yeah. Ghost Recon.
Talk about Ghost Recon.
Oh, I like it. Me and Chaos enjoyed it. I haven't played with JG yet, but I enjoy it. I like the setting. It's way better than the last games. I just like the overall structure of it. I like the more tactical, I guess, vibe of it compared to like last one. There's way more stealth mechanics. So like AI don't all of a sudden, like if one spots you, the entire base knows where you are exactly. Like it's more like Splinter Cell-ish. I'll be honest, I'm just desperate for anything Splinter Cell-ish from Ubisoft because it's been so long, and I'm desperate at this point. So I'll take what I can. I don't think it's like the best game ever, but I think it's a fun distraction, and it's fun co-op. Me and Cass have enjoyed it. Story wise, like it starts off very slow, and I think another issue is like it just hits you with so much information off the beginning that it's very difficult to like understand how to use everything in the game off rip because it just throws mid tutorial. It
was literally like 100 menus when I first started the game. I'm like, this is so boring.
A lot of menus. I do agree. Like a lot. There's like a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of simplification that could have happened. Like they just added so many unnecessary menus and shit to the game where it's just like fuck. I can't like figure out what to do. But once you get past the menu stuff and you just you learn where everything is. Like actually just playing the game is a lot of fun. There are like glitches. I think only twice me and Chaos ran into glitches that were like like pretty game breaking where we had to reboot, but most of it was just like funny little glitches that we made fun of that we thought was funny. I don't know, like the best way I would say this game is like it's just another game that I'm like, well, if you're bored or there's nothing to do and you have like 3 of your friends and you want to have fun, I would say like this is a good game to like try out and play. But if you're not, then might not be for you.
Riveting salesman.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
If you're bored, it's a Wednesday, your feet are tired, just boot it up.
Go for it, bro.
I feel that. What about you, Jay?
I started playing Ghost Recon solo, and I was just kind of going through the motions. And I do agree, like they hit you with a lot in the beginning, and I'm like, I don't care about half of this stuff, bro. Like, just get me through like what I'm supposed to do for the main story. And then I started playing with Chaos, and Chaos was saying that him and Ethos were doing a lot of like side missions and just going and clearing out bases and stuff. So we like tried out one of the hardest bases, and that was a funny moment. So I realized very, very quickly that playing with friends is the way to go on this one. I initially, because I didn't play any other betas, I just didn't have time, so I didn't know how it was, and people were coming to my chat saying, they had mixed feelings about it. They didn't know where they liked it, but some of them were like, I'm definitely this up. So yeah, playing with friends is definitely the way to go. So if you have at least one other person, or just hop in with a random or something, you'll definitely have a much better time. But there's a lot to do, and I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. I kind of want to stay focused on the main missions that I'm going through. But like I said, Chaos, he wasn't doing it at all. Like he was just like, all right, well, let's go over here, let's go over here. And we tried one of the hardest bases, and yeah, that was a very, very fun time trying to deal with them, because they were like one-shotting us, and I was like only like a level 11. And Chaos was like level 30 something, but he was still getting one-shotted. So like I realized how crazy these enemies were like from the beginning. But I would say overall, like I thought that it was gonna be more like even though I'm playing on normal. I thought it was gonna be more like, oh my god, like if anyone sees you, like you're gonna automatically die, which can again happen in some cases, but it's still like overall, like you can still like survive, and I like the gunplay mechanics, like that's really, really good in the game. But yeah, my negative so far, man, just like it's a lot of things that are going on, so it gets very overwhelming. And then the glitches, like Ethos mentioned, because me and Chaos definitely experienced those. Like we were in a helicopter and we just got stuck in place, and at one point Chaos was like in front of the helicopter, like he was just flying in front of the helicopter. I'm like, well, this is typical Ubisoft, like they're doing some wild stuff in this game. So if you play any Ubisoft game, then you're going to be used to that. But other than that, like just play it with a friend. That's what I would recommend. At least one friend, and I think that you'll have a much better time than playing solo, because I think playing solo is whack. But this game is definitely way better than Wildlands, I'll tell you that. So if you had a bad taste in your mouth on Wildlands, I think that Breakpoint would be a better bet for you if you liked any Ghost Recon.
That's debatable. I disagree. Ghost Recon uninstall point. I uninstalled it.
What is that this year?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, yo.
What number is it this year?
My chat said that like I broke a record, like because apparently I guess I didn't realize the game came out on the 4th and we were streaming it on the 3rd, so I had early access to it, and I uninstalled it. So it wasn't even day one. This is the first time I uninstalled a game on day 0.
Day 0
uninstalled. Let's go, bro. Like I appreciate the code Ubisoft, but like it's just boring, bro. I actually disagree with y'all. Like I think it's Wildlands 1.5. Like it was just a big open world with nothing really going on. Like, and then all the menus, I was like, bro, this is OD. This is too much. And then what kind of really turned me off the most is it was a looter shooter. I was like, I don't want Ghost Recon to be a looter shooter. Like I'm good off of that. Like I don't want to sit here and upgrade my weapons and all that shit. And it's confusing too, because they claim that this is like the most realistic Ghost Recon ever, but you turned it into a looter shooter. Like there's nothing really. Like, why can't it just be tactical shooting like Ghost Recon? I don't understand. Did y'all like that aspect?
Mode? Did you play the tactical mode?
Why would I play that?
Because you just said that you wanted it to be a tactical game, so did you play it on tactical mode?
So that gets rid of the actual looter shooter aspect?
I'm just saying, like, that's something that I've heard, but then when I ask a lot of people who like have that criticism of the game, I ask, well, did you play it on its tactical mode? And then they all say no. And I'm like, well, so you're complaining about a game that wasn't tactical enough for you, but you played it on the normal difficulty where, like, you know, things are... Because the idea was that if you wanted to have that tactical experience, you played on tactical mode, and, like, it gets rid of, like, a lot of the menu BS. So, like, a lot of it disappears. It's, like, very realistic. Like, the AI are smarter, and, like, I tried it one time, like, one-off by myself, and, like, I could see, like, a drastic difference from how, like, the game will, like, normally play as this...
But that's not what I'm looking for. Let me rephrase it, I guess, then. Okay, I don't want a looter shooter. That's what I... Does it get rid of the looting shooting?
I have to check. I don't think I
like. There's no way you two can convince me sitting here like, yo, I really loved fucking Advanced Warfighter 1 and 2, Future Soldier, and thought to yourself, damn, I really wish this was like Destiny.
I mean, I liked it because it was a different change of pace, but like I can get how like it's way too different from like what you expected. But I'm comparing it not to those. I'm comparing it to Wildlands because that was the last.
I feel that.
And I feel like it's a way different game off rip from like those games, because like those other games were not open world games. They were, you know, linear campaigns with co-op. And I mean that's debatable that people, you know, want that style to return to Ghost Recon. Other people are like think the open world thing's fine. Some people don't like it and they'd rather return to linear like what Future Soldier was, which I'm kind of like in the middle about. But I guess for the open world setting compared to Wildlands, I feel like this looter shooter system is way better than what they had for Wildlands, which was a very simplistic, very stupid system where you just get this gun or just buy whatever guns you want literally at the beginning of the game and then you're set. There's no reason for you to get new guns. I think like this promotes like a way to like there's something that you're doing, you know. It's not just boring where it's just like I'm not changing my loadout, I'm not changing like setups. there's something that you can actually do, and I think it's also set up for like the raids and the other, like, I do agree there is like some little like MMO light.
Wait. Breaking news. According to the Twitter timeline, PlayStation just announced during our podcast that Discord is coming to PS4 natively.
Oh, God.
So you will be able to use it. It will be available across all PlayStation platforms October 6th, 2019, update 7.03. So the update that comes out today. My bad, but go ahead. Just putting that out there.
That's good news. Good news, then. But yeah, no, that's really like my only thought, like my main thought about that entire thing.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna beat it. I don't know like how much I'm gonna play.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna play of it.
That's what it came down to. It's I don't want anybody thinking like this game is dog shit, but I was playing it and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I know I'm not gonna finish this game, so let's just go ahead and uninstall it. Like, I'm just being honest with myself from here on out. Like, that's what I'm asking myself. It's not, is it good or bad? Will I beat it? Is it good enough for me to beat it? If the answer is no, uninstall.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So I don't know. I'd say get it at your own risk or wait till the price drops or something like that, because like I've been seeing some spooky reviews as well. Like I haven't seen a definitive person like, yo, I fucking love this game, absolutely get it. It's a lot of people kind of middle of the road, and because of that, where there's smoke there's fire. I think I would say wait till the price drops, maybe see some more shit. I don't know.
I feel that, I guess. Yeah.
Also, Ubisoft just annoys me too, because it's like whenever they get something that works for them, they want to put it in all their games. Like, you remember when they had towers in all their games, like Assassin's Creed? Like, it's like everything is becoming a looter shooter with Epic. I mean, not with Ubisoft, because I mean, some of that is in Assassin's Creed now too. Freaking with the RPG elements and the armor and shit. It's just like it kind of worries me for Watch Dogs 3 or Watch Dogs Legion or whatever. Like, if that shit turns out to be a looter shooter, bruh, Marcus is gonna be the only good protagonist, and which I'm not mad at. Shout out to the black man in Watch Dogs series.
Black man is gone.
Yeah. The other game that came out since the last podcast was Code Vein, and this is the new Dark Souls inspired anime game from Bandai Namco. Finally, they released something that has nothing to do with the Naruto or One Piece or Fairy Hero or My Hero. Yeah, shitty arena fighters. And I have to say, you guys might be surprised, but I actually like this game. I am pleasantly surprised by Code Vein. I said I was not going to play this game, but Bandai reached out, gave me a code. I was like, you know what, free is free. I'll try it, and if I don't like it, I'll uninstall it on stream. But I have not. I'm proud to announce I have not uninstalled it yet. I don't know when I'll beat it, but there's a chance. There's a chance that I could beat it, because I found that I was enjoying myself. I'm not gonna lie though. I don't know what the fuck is going on in the story. It has something to do with vampires or something, but I'm strictly playing it for the gameplay. The customization, what I like in the game, has some of the deepest character customization I've ever seen. Like, I was thoroughly impressed. But I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then the gameplay, I think it is Souls inspired, but I think what I like about it compared to other Soulsborne games is you spend less time just hacking at an enemy who's a bullet sponge, and you spend more time like once you figure out the enemy, then it just becomes defeating the enemy. Like, it feels less bullet spongy, I guess you could say, and that's like always been my biggest problem with the Soulsborne games. It's just annoying to me. It gets to a point where it's like, bruh, I've been rolling in circles for like a half an hour just so I can hit this dude twice and then roll again. Like, Code Vein doesn't feel that bad. Like, it's a lot like the areas that I've been through. Like, it only took me like 1 or 2 times to learn the area, then I can get through and keep it moving. And it's still challenging, because I mean, me and Ethos got stuck on the boss during co-op, so like there's still a decent challenge there during the bosses, but it's just, I don't know, it feels more fair. And I like that. What do you think, Ethos?
So I have the inverse. I think the game's solid, but I don't think it's anywhere close to as good as, Dark Souls or Sekiro.
Sekiro's still a better game without a doubt. I don't want anybody thinking, this is the greatest. I was surprised by it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised by it. It was better than what I was expecting. I was expecting for an anime game, expectations are very, very low, but it beat my expectations. But I think the only big criticism I have of this game is a lot of the attack, what is it called? Like the projection of attacks. I'm probably rewording it wrong, but basically, being able to tell what type of attack is about to hit you is very hard in this game, and I think it's because they don't have enough. Like, there's not enough I don't know how to say it. There's not enough visibility on like what attack they're about to do, because it happens so quickly. Like the moment they start the wind up for it, they just do it immediately. And there's no like if you played Sekiro or something like that, or you played a Dark Souls game, you know that like a lot of times the attacks that enemies do are very like, you know, outlandish and very like high hitting and stuff like that. And they do that on purpose so that the player can like recognize what type of hit attack is coming.
The giveaways, yeah.
Yeah, the giveaways, like it's to help you understand it. And because that's not there as well as good, and I think that's just it's honestly that comes down to an experience thing. So I think like whoever worked on this game, I'm assuming this is their first time making this type of game. So I'm assuming like a lot of them like, you know, were like, oh, we can try this and it looks good. But like, and I'm learning this too as well, like working on my own game. But like a lot of times you got to work on a lot of like making it so like attacks are very readable, like readability. That's what it is, attack readability, so that like players can know like what is about to attack me, what is about to hit me. Else like you'll get a lot of moments where you're like, yo, like how did she hit me, or how was I supposed to dodge that, or like I didn't even see that coming or something like that. Like you probably like notice you say that quite a bit of times while you're playing, because like enemies will do these weird like very short wind up attacks and then they'll just hit you really quick and then you have barely any time to like actual react to stuff. But one thing I do agree with, and I do agree, is I do feel like the health pool is way more forgiving than it is compared to like Dark Souls and Sekiro. I wish actually Dark Souls and Sekiro would apply this type of health, because like when you're playing it, if you know how to do it, it doesn't take you, you know, an absorbent amount of time to get through bosses, where like I would argue like sometimes Dark Souls and Sekiro bosses, some of them can feel very spongy because they just give them a shit ton of health and make it just irritating, where you have to just keep repeating the pattern over and over again to win. This one I feel like once you got the pattern down, you can pretty much go for the win pretty fast. Like there's no bullshit like that. I do like how the bosses have multiple phases. A couple of them that we've run into already have multi-phases, so I like that. The boss fights are pretty enjoyable. Story, I really don't care that much. Like it's kind of like
I gave up.
Vampires. Yeah, it's vampires, and then you stay alive with blood. And I mean, I kind of met the main villain, I guess, and it seemed kind of interesting, but I'm not really like sold on it. But overall, though, I will give it credit. The character customization is one of the best I've seen in years. I wish more games would apply that level of character customization. And combat's just solid overall. Story seems solid. Overall, it's just a solid game. I would say, like, if you're a weeb, you like big titty anime girls, you know, that's for you, bro.
Facts. The freaking the co-op. How did you feel about not being able to like you have like limited number like heals and shit like that? They kind of limited you in the co-op. Like, were you mad at that?
No, because I feel like that kind of helps balance it out. Because if you're using a friend, I feel like you have an overwhelming advantage compared to playing solo. With like an AI. So
that's debatable, because the second boss, it only took me like 3 tries to beat her. As soon as I partied up with you, it took us like 10 tries.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, I had a harder time beating that boss.
So why didn't you beat him? Why didn't you beat him?
Because you suck, nigga.
No, you suck. You didn't even beat
you
suck.
Suck.
I don't want to hear it. You don't play any Dark Souls games. I don't want to hear it. You're a casual. Yeah. Look, anyways, like I was saying, the main point that I was pointing at, and I'll say it again, is I think that, and they do it in Dark Souls 2 in a way, by playing with co-op, I think it's drastically an easy game, because you get that, you get a friend who's hopefully good, and then you get another AI to help you too. It's like that's 3 people going against one person. Like anyone with common sense will be like, yeah, that kind of makes it easy as fuck.
I'm not saying I disagree. I was just asking what you thought about it.
I'd tell you what I thought about it.
I thought it was easy. Surprise. Did you get a chance to play this, JG?
That would be a no, sir.
Do you care to play?
Do you want to play it? You played Sekiro. I watched you all play it. JG.
I watched you all play it a little bit, but I had no idea what was going on. I saw like other characters with y'all, but I was like, oh, they're playing co-op, so I was like, that's cool. But again, I didn't stay in y'all streams enough to like understand what was going on and like actually see y'all get into the real battles. I ended up coming in like y'all streamed a little late, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I had to like look at some more gameplay to see how I ultimately feel about it. But it looked like you all were having fun. I was surprised that you all were playing it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I was
not so much you, but TBH.
Yeah, I was surprised
TBH.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like,
y'all hating on me, bro. That's fucking bullshit. I was actually surprised the game was optimized on PC. I was worried it was gonna blow my PC up, because you know them Japanese games, you never know on PC versions, bro. But it was surprisingly optimized, so I don't know. Shout out to Covain. It's all right. It's better than what I thought it would be.
All right, people, let's talk about the holidays. Now, I know it's crazy early to talk about the holidays, but if you're like me, you don't want to go through another holiday season taking closed mouth photos while everyone else is grinning ear to ear. That's why I'm getting my photo ready smile now with clear aligners from Candid. Candid aligners can help straighten your teeth faster than traditional wire braces. Treatment takes just 6 months on average. An experienced orthodontist who is licensed in your state creates a custom treatment plan. Then they show you a 3D preview so you can see how your teeth will look like when you're done. Candid aligners are comfortable, removable, and completely invisible. Candid ships your aligners directly to you, so there's no hassle of going to an orthodontist office, and Candid costs 65% less than braces. And with each aligner purchase, Candid donates $25 to Smile Train, who brings safe, 100% free cleft lip and palate treatment to children around the globe. I'm going to have a photo ready smile by the holidays, and you can too. Go to candidco.com/GI and use code GI to get $75 off. That's candidco.com/GI, code GI for $75 off. candidco.com/GI, code GI.
Moving on to the news side of things, Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced for PC. Does anybody care?
I would care if the game was actually fun. The game
Bang,
isn't. Like,
bang.
after we
Shots
beat it,
been fired.
yeah, after we beat it, it's like, all right, well,
Like, do I really
what
wanna
else is
play
there
that
to do?
again?
Tried
Yeah.
playing online a little bit. I'm not going back to it. I don't care what updates that they bring. I don't think that it's ever going to make me come back.
Red Dead fans are so annoying. I was talking about this on the stream the other day. I'm like, you niggas talk about how much you love the game more than you fucking play it. If you love it so much, you be playing it, bro. That fucking multiplayer is dead. Get out of here, dog. Nobody plays that shit. Is this PC port gonna fix? Is it gonna fix the fucking clunky shooting mechanics? No, I ain't buying it. I'm good.
And I don't see myself playing that with the keyboard and mouse.
I'm good.
I mean, maybe it'll be better playing with it, but like, I don't see myself buying it again. Like, and I hate that Rockstar has done this twice already with their major titles, because I would have, I would have copped it on PC first if it would have came out day one. Now it's almost a year later, and now you're saying, oh, it's going to come to PC simultaneously when you announce your launch or whatever. So I'm like, it's still not going to convince me to buy it again. Like, I'm good. I've already beat it. I went through it, and that's it. I have no need to go back and try to play it again, even though I'm going to get better graphics and maybe get a slightly different experience because of that. I'm still all right.
I don't like it, but I will say I could see the GTA 5 role-playing community hop onto Red Dead for PC, and then they start role-playing servers online. I could see that. Like some type of cowboy role-playing servers and shit like that. I could see that popping
that will
off.
happen 100%.
Yeah, and then of course mods. So like that's cool. The only reason I would consider getting this on PC is if they added the Rockstar editor in there so that I can create some type of content with it. But like, other than that, I'm not really interested in the actual game. I just think it's really fucking overrated. What about you, Ethan?
You might be onto something.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I didn't really find. I beat that shit fast as fuck too. I don't really find what's that shit called? Red Dead. I don't find Red Dead 2 that interesting of a game that I really want to like. Do I really want to play this shit again? And I'm like, no, I don't think I do want to play this shit again. So if I get the game for free or if it's really cheap, I'll consider it. But like, I really don't think, I agree with you guys. Like, I don't really think the game was as good as what everyone made it out to be. I kind of find the story kind of just boring, and just the whole design of the game's like mission structures is just so repetitive, and it's the same shit over and over and over again that it just becomes just fucking boring.
Yeah, I got into it with some people in my chat because they were like riding this game so fucking hard. And I'm like, yo, you guys forget this game just came out like last November. Like, it's still a fairly new game, and if this game was so fucking fun, you wouldn't be talking about it all day. You would be going and playing it. And the example being is, people forget GTA 5 came out in 2013. That shit came out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. And you know what? That game is alive and kicking, bro. Red Dead servers nobody's playing that shit, bro. GTA 5 is more popular than fucking Red Dead 2. That should tell you everything you need to know about that game. It's not that lit. Sorry.
Yeah, like I think the problem is that I think the game, the reason why people talk about it so much is because it's like a single player game. So you play it once, and then that's what everyone likes, like the single player. My problems with the single player is a couple of things, and I know they're very controversial, but I still stick by them. Even till now, I don't think I've ever changed my opinion about it. Khalif said it the best too. I think Arthur is a boring protagonist. I know everyone disagrees. Everyone acts like there's like the hottest shit. I just find him he's a boring ass character to me. He doesn't really stand by many convictions of the entire game. He just lets people like boss him around and do whatever he wants. I just feel like he's just a very boring character. I know some people disagree. Some people will be like, well, he changes when he gets lung disease on it, you know, all this other shit.
20 hours into the game.
Yeah. When you're 50 hours in the game, then like he starts changing as a person and shit like this. And it's more about like this. I honestly, and I stick by it, and I think everyone will agree with it. I think Dutch is a way more interesting character than Arthur. I think everyone will. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. Dutch is a way more interesting character, and he's just overall, Dutch is just a way more like enjoyable. Not even that he's a fun character or like a good person, but like he's a way more like interesting character to watch see evolve throughout the entirety of the game. While like Arthur is just this like very reactive person who just reacts to how everyone else around him like changes and evolves. And I just find him very boring as a, you know, just as a character, like in most of the time of me playing it. The story wise, I don't know. Maybe it's that. Maybe you know what? I think it comes down to that whole like like setting thing, like, you know, cowboy shit. Like I like cowboy shit to a point, but I feel like this story was just you know, boring. You got to get through the snow part, the beginning part, and that's just a slog. You get the tutorial part, yeah, and then you think things are gonna get better, honestly, and they do get kind of lit near the end. But like the whole middle part of the game is it's just boring because you're doing the same shit. You start the mission, they want you to go to this position, you go to this position. Some people appear and start shooting at you. You shoot at these people, then you got to run all the way over. You either got to escort somebody, you got to grab something, or you have to escape from something, and then you just do that, and it's just that over and over. There's no mix-ups. There's barely any change-ups. There's nothing to like really makes you like crazy. I think the only mission I really enjoy in that game, I think JG, you and me talked about it, was the like Django mission. What was it? It was one with like you had to fight on a plantation. That one was pretty dope. But like everything else was just,
like Act 3. Yeah,
like Act 3. Yeah. Like that was a dope mission. But like everything else just was boring as fuck to me. I haven't played any of the multiplayer, so I won't speak on it. I do know some people play it and say it's pretty fun, but I do know when it first came out, it was a mess. And it was boring and there wasn't a lot to do, but I've heard they did a big update recently and apparently that made it better. But yeah, I agree. I don't. Yeah,
we played the multiplayer. We went to a town, just tried to do like the initial missions. Guess who was there? Griefers. All they were doing was just shooting you, and you couldn't do anything about it. And you end up getting in a shootout with them, and it literally did nothing. Like you didn't progress, you didn't do anything. Like it was boring. I was like, okay, that's fun. All right, you're taking over the town, but like to continuously do that and you can't progress throughout whatever mission that they have was bull. That's why I stopped playing.
This whole conversation about Red Dead is boring. I'm watching fucking Apex streams on Twitch, bro. By the way, Apex on PS4, like I watch this shit I gotta turn this off too. This is just awful to watch. Like, it looks terrible.
You see these people out here low key like acting like they're nice because they're good at PS4.
PS4, I told you, dog.
That's our Patreon Discord.
I told you.
Like they're nice.
Wait, no, I don't think I told you you eat those.
I need crossplay so I can show them how bad.
Shit on them, bro. The first game I played on PS4, I had like 12 kills. I'm like, they literally just run straight to you and get shot. I'm like, are you niggas bots? What is this shit, dog? When I told you, when I was at the Apex event the other week, I was playing with a YouTuber and he said he was bragging his fucking e-penis. He kept saying that, yo, I'm Apex Predator ranked on PS4. So I actually apologized to him like ahead of time. I was like, I'm pretty good at the game, but I was like, I'm not Apex Predator ranked, bro. So I'm just letting you know, like, you seem like a sweat, bro. I apologize any bullshit that I do ahead of time. Yeah, I'm trash. We get into the game. I was carrying every single game, dog. This dude he was dying first every time. I'm like, yo, like Apex Predator on PS4 is like a silver on PC, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm like, this dude was trash. I don't know what's going on over there.
Hate to see it.
But whatever.
I hate to see it, bro.
Maybe because we deal with people who have not only mouse and keyboard, but we also got to deal with hackers too. Like you get used to certain things and you adapt to it. But it makes you better.
Blows my mind. Holy shit.
Fucking Sony added crossplay. Well, they're open to crossplay. You wrote this one, JG. What's going down? What's Sony doing now all of a sudden?
Yeah, so all right, people. Finally, Sony is out of this crossplay beta that they called it. I thought that was bull, but it was cute during the Fortnite days. And I'm about to throw some shots at fellow GI member Nomad.
Can I call a shot too?
No, go ahead. You throw yours first.
Okay. First of all, for Nomad, I don't care. It's proof. He owes me money. because he said he was gonna be playing Jump Force by June, and he did not. I haven't forgot about that nigga.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? They just came out with a trailer the other day. They just added some Madara DLC, so there's no excuse. There's plenty of content for that game.
He was wrong. He was not playing that shit in June. I've 4 different people telling me that they also have not seen Nomad play it during June at all.
Yeah, we know.
And him playing offline does not count.
Yeah, once 2K came out, this is all that he's playing every single night.
You gotta do a quick Twitter edit of that clip of him saying, "I'm gonna be playing this game for 6 months," and then 6 months later, get him playing like 2K or something. A clip of him playing 2K.
Is he coming to the wedding?
No.
Oh my god.
He lucked out. Okay, I'll get him next time I see him.
He's not coming because he wants to stay with his kids. But anyways, so Nomad was wrong again because as a fellow Fortnite boy, this man apparently lost his memory. So this is how the whole Sony.
He don't even play Fortnite no more.
Yeah, he don't even
play
play
Fortnite. The mechs ruined that game.
Damn, he playing Apex. That's crazy.
Yeah, so this is how the whole Sony and Fortnite thing happened. So, and I remember because we're cool with people at Epic. Shout out to Arctic, shout out to Mooney. So what happened was when Fortnite first came out, obviously it was hot on PC. And that's when they said we bring it Battle Royale. Okay, and then they brought it to the other consoles. That was fine. But literally what Epic did, they pressed a button and they said this. They said that they pressed the button and accidentally enabled crossplay between the PS4 and the PC first. We saw this. We were like, oh shit, this is the thing. Like, and we were doing it and we were like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Sony found out. They were like, no, this wasn't supposed to happen. And Epic said they literally pressed the button. Now, I know that there was a glitch afterwards that said that the PS4 and the Xbox players were playing. And that, of course, wasn't supposed to happen either because Sony doesn't play fair with anybody, like especially with Microsoft. They weren't going to let that happen. But initially, it was between the PS4 and the PC. That's where everything started. So Sony was like, all right, we are going to do a beta with this crossplay stuff and see what happens. So apparently they're out of beta and they are saying now that they are going to allow crossplay for all their games as long as the developer wants it. So now they are playing fair and they're doing what Microsoft and what Nintendo is doing already. So be expecting for it as long as the developer allows it, because again, the big boom has been with Call of Duty because Call of Duty crossplay worked well, minus the matchmaking issues. Whenever we were done with the game, the crossplay worked well between the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. So we know that it works. So going forward with all these third-party games, be expecting some sort of crossplay as long as the developer allows it. Sony is finally playing fair. They're finally getting their head out of their ass and they're ready to play ball.
I just would like to correct myself because I can't find any reputable website.
Are you the fake news?
Yeah. I don't want to spread fake news. I'm going to change this to a rumor. I cannot confirm or deny if PS4 is coming to Discord because it's just some shit on Twitter. But I can't find. I Googled and I cannot find it on any website. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. I don't want to say that's confirmed.
Oh man,
it's a possibility, like some image leaked, I guess.
But in any case, going back to crossplay news, it's great. It's great because I was like, all right, well, if Microsoft and Nintendo are only going to do this, then what's going to happen with Sony? So basically, Sony is like, well, if they're already on board with crossplay, then we need to play ball as well. Otherwise, we're going to get left behind once the new console generation comes around. Because yeah, just imagine that it wouldn't go down because a lot of people play on PS4. So yeah, it's good news.
Certain games will last a whole lot longer if this crossplay was involved. Because I mean, my thing is like they claim that their selling point for their consoles are their not was against a single player, but their exclusives. If that's really the case, if you're that confident in your exclusives, then your multi-plats having a cross-platform play, it really shouldn't be that big of an issue. Like if your platform is really that lit, compete. That's all I'm saying. So the more the better. And like I said, I want PS4 players on Apex anyway. I don't play on PC, so help stat pad. Since the last podcast, we had the Sony State of Play. They announced a bunch of indie games nobody cares about. And then they showed The Last of Us 2, and they announced that February 21st, 2020 is when the game will drop. And then it was also revealed that there will be no multiplayer in The Last of Us 2. How does this make you feel, Ethos?
All right, so I tweeted already what I thought of this. I was a big fan of Last of Us multiplayer. As a matter of fact, I went as far to say that I enjoyed the multiplayer of Last of Us way more than the story campaign, which I know, again, is a controversial take, but we're all allowed to have our thoughts and our opinions, okay? So don't get mad at me But it's the truth. I think TBH and them remember, like, I was playing Last of Us multiplayer on PS4.
I put in a good amount too. It was good.
Yeah, it was a very good game mode. Like, it wasn't even a hacked on one or nothing.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, "Who the fuck played Last of Us multiplayer?" Like,
yeah,
a lot
I was like, "You're crazy." A lot of people did.
Yeah.
A lot of people really enjoyed that shit. So to hear them say it's so weird. Like, it's like the way they worded it, it seemed like they didn't get rid of it. It's just more of that they wanted to be to the quality of the single player, and because of that, they couldn't include it day one, because I'm assuming they're going to be making it way bigger than what the last one was, which I'm cool for. But like, damn, bro, like, just not having it day one. I'm honest. Like, I remember when Last of Us 2 was announced, I was more excited. I was excited about the prospect of having multiplayer with that new engine and like the new mechanics. I was like, yo, this might be fucking crazy. Like, I've said on record that I think like Last of Us would be a great battle royale game. I think it has all the mechanics to do it. It'd be a better PUBG. I think it'd be a perfect game. I think it listed like 4 or 5 games. Believe it or not, like, I was one of the first people that said Titanfall 2 would be a good VR game, and lo and behold, I was right. Like, there's a couple of game series. I said Ghost Recon, I think, end up being a good VR series. I think Breakpoint would be good for VR. I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Call of Duty Mobile.
Call of Duty Mobile, yeah, has VR mode. But like, I think this is my theory. I think the reason why it's not out is because they are trying to make a VR game for Last of Us. That's what I think. I think that could be why they're delayed. I'm assuming they're trying to figure out how to make the technology work to do it. That's maybe the only explanation I can think in the back of my head about why this would be delayed, why it's not coming day one. They are saying that they're doing it because, they want it to be as quality as a single player mode, which I'm like, cool. But nonetheless, it still sucks. Like, I'm very understanding. I get it. Like, they care about their baby. They want it to be right. They don't want to just drop like like Red Dead did and drop a multiplayer mode that was trash day one. I guess they really want to make sure it's really good and people will enjoy it. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, honestly, it reduced my like hype for the game dramatically. Like, I'm not really after seeing the story trailer for Last of Us. I don't even think I'm really like hyped for Last.
Yeah,
of Us
I was a
2.
fan of the multiplayer too, and I could see where you're coming from, just because, like, to be honest, I guess I'm one of the few people, but like, I was satisfied with the ending of the original Last of Us. Like, I wasn't mad at it. It was different. And I don't really care what happens to Ellie. So like, if anything, I was looking forward to the multiplayer more. So I would still would have played the story, but I was more so looking to the multiplayer. And it's like, damn, now there's no multiplayer. Like, we know, like, Ellie's gonna be mad at Joel when she finds out what happened.
I hope it's not a lesbian.
She's
like,
gonna go around kissing
story.
all the girls and shit. Like, I just don't care what happens to Ellie. So it's like, it's a little disappointing. It is.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing because I'm like, I hope it's not just, Ellie had this girlfriend. This is what it seems like the story is hinting at. Ellie had a girlfriend, and then they go scavenging mission, and she gets killed by this other. Ellie gets kidnapped by her, and they kill her lover at the time. And so now she goes on this fucking like revenge trip of, I'm gonna kill them for killing my girlfriend. And then Joel like steps in trying to like help her out with it. Like, I hope that's not really the plot of it. I hope like they're just using like deception with the trailers and that's not really what it's about. But if that is really the entire plot, I don't really think that's gonna be that, for me at least, that's not gonna be that interesting. So
yeah, February 21st, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, you got it. You got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it, Sony. You got it.
Do you look forward to the story at least, Jay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fun fact: I never played the multiplayer for Last of Us. I played it originally when it was on PS3, and I was like, I'm not buying it again. Like, I just had no rhyme or reason to pick it up again just for the updated graphics. I was fine with the story in itself, and that was my game of the year when it first came out as well. I remember Ethos though. I remember Ethos back in the days we playing.
Called
him Nurse Joy. That was a fun moment.
You remember?
That was toxic days.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So so for me, not ever playing it, like, I never really saw like why it was so good. But then again, I can't really say much because I never experienced it, but I was fine without it having a multiplayer. Like, that's just how I felt. So with this news, I'm still feeling the same way. Like, I don't care whether it has multiplayer or not, but I do understand the people who did love the multiplayer, like after they beat the story, or who just played the multiplayer and played nothing else for The Last of Us, why they are upset at them initially saying that there won't be any multiplayer, at least day one. But I do agree with those. The way that they worded it, it does sound like there will be multiplayer going forward. And they did apologize and basically say that it will be coming at a later date. We just don't know when. So it's pretty much going to be the same thing as Cyberpunk. Like there will be a multiplayer, it just won't be there day one. So we'll see how long. Maybe it'll be a year down the road. Maybe at the end of this next year, but I'm pretty sure it'll be in there. It'll be in there in some form or fashion. So you won't have to complain anymore. You know, they went back and apologized to everybody, and I think it'll still be there because obviously a lot of people like the faction mode, so it's fine. But for me personally, I don't care whether it's in there or not.
I would like to take this moment of the podcast to remind everybody. You remember when like people used to cry that all we do is like agree with each other?
Yeah, we've disagreed.
Like we've been disagreeing this entire episode, and I would just like to point out that like maybe it's not that we maybe you guys just aren't used to people having civil conversations because we disagree all the fucking time. This is what being mature and adults sound each other,
and saying we're gonna kill each other
over video games. just would like to point that out. Freaking a video came out of the GameStop redesign. Did you guys get a chance to look at that?
Yep, I did.
Does it make you want to go to GameStop?
No.
I just wanted to make that joke.
I'm good, bro. Like it's just
I'm too old for that. But I feel let me rephrase that. I think younger kids would enjoy that. I think we're just old to the point we don't need that. But I feel like as a like community thing for like younger kids, I feel like that might be a really cool way to. It reminds me of like card shops back in the day, like how like people who like to play certain like card games together, they would go to like to the shops to play with each other like every week or something like that. If it's like that for video games, I could see like younger generation of gamers like going there and flocking there and maybe enjoying it, maybe. But I don't think for us, we're not the target.
My question is, what's the rules on it? Like, how long can you play like the systems that they have set up?
You probably pay like per hour, like renting like per hour or some shit.
Okay, and then also like to what point are you allowed to sit in the store before the employees get annoyed that you're not buying anything? Because at the end of the day, they're trying to keep you in the store a little bit longer because the reality is statistics show the longer you stay in somebody's store, the more likely you are to spend money. How long before employees start to get annoyed? All right, this motherfucker's been here 6 hours, still hasn't even bought a used game or anything. Like, I feel like that could cause some problems because some people are just gonna show up for free games and shit.
Well, I mean, what if they charge it? Like, what if it's not like you can walk in?
They didn't say nothing about charging.
But they didn't say nothing about not charging.
I'm just saying it's not possible. It's possible and it's not possible.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Hypothetically speaking, though, let's say they don't charge.
Oh, then they're stupid.
Because they did say that you could buy snacks and shit, but they didn't say nothing about charging for the consoles.
Yeah, who knows, bruh? Who knows? I would charge.
All I see is a chance to get sick, bro. A bunch of sweaty ass nerds sitting in a room coughing and sneezing all day. I'm good, bro.
Yeah, like I'm past that. Like if this was the original design when we were growing up, oh my god, like GameStop. Cool. Yeah. Like I already loved GameStop, but it would have been so much better. Yeah, it would have been so much better because I used to go there just to play the demos. Like it used to be lined sometimes just to play some of the demos in the corners and stuff. So like I like this. I like the like game cafe type of style, but like Ethos said, like this isn't for our demographic anymore.
Love
like,
GameStop.
I used to. Like
when you were younger.
I never loved GameStop. Justice for EB Games. Justice for EB Games. Goddamn.
Come on, they treated the game stores, man. No, but you're right. EB
when you were a kid,
EB Games was better.
When you were a kid, you got hyped when you get to go to GameStop.
Come on now.
It's just not till we got to teenage years and we realized, oh my god, asking me for shit. Because back then it would be your parents that would go and buy you shit. So like you didn't have to worry about all those questions. You just pick on the board. You're like, I want this, I want this. But then when you got older and you're going by yourself and you're buying it, now they're annoying you with all this shit. Like and then you start hating it.
EB Games.
You think you hate it? Imagine how your parents look.
EB Games gave you more value on your dollar, bro. They gave you more. That's why GameStop took them out. They knew they couldn't stop them in competition, so they had to buy them.
I just want to give a shout out to all the parents out there.
Yeah, my chair sounds like wings.
Oh my god! I just want to give a shout out to all the parents who our parents who took us to GameStop when we were kids, and they had to deal with all that bullshit that we had no clue we had to deal with. And on top of that, they didn't even understand what the fuck they were buying for us. So like, shout out to them.
World War GameStop, bro. Justice for EB Games. We're gonna start a hashtag, bro. I'm moving to Canada because they still got EB Games. They got it in Australia too, but I ain't going over there.
This is true. Nah, I miss Funko Land though. Funko Land was my favorite over everything. I love EB Games, but Funko Land was my shit.
I guess.
I don't know if y'all had that, but nah, that was.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that in they have it.
Yeah,
that in Missouri.
Yeah, it was there for a small moment, but yeah, like my mom used to like let me go free. We used to go to the mall, and she just like, all right, well, I know where you going, so I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
And I used to go to Funko Land, EB Games at GameStop, and just stand there all day until she's ready. So, but yeah, it ain't for me no more. This was back in the day. Yeah, it would have been fire, but we'll see if this works. I'm not gonna wish any bad on them, like upon them, but we'll see if this ends up working out with the redesign, because boy are they hurting. I never thought I would see the day where they had to do a complete redesign in order to try to get more people to come back to their stores.
Fucking
Amazon is taking them out, bro.
Kids in their damn GameStop. Like sitting here talking about like you being like in a GameStop as a kid. You know how I know I'm getting old? Yesterday I was at this burger spot getting something to eat. I was trying their Impossible Burger, and freaking like a group of teenagers walked in, and they were just loud as shit, and they were like fighting, and like I was just sucking my teeth. All right, bro. Like I was like, all right. I was like, you know what? Oh my god. I think I'm getting old. Like I hate these little teenage niggas, bro.
I know you're gonna say
they just make you sick.
Yeah, look at these motherfuckers. Y'all just obnoxious, bro. Can y'all go somewhere with that shit?
That's me with them going to movie theaters now. Like, every time I see teenagers walk in the movie theater, triggered. I'm just like, oh, here we go. They're gonna talk, and I shut.
And then you start thinking, like, was I like that? Like,
yeah. You're like, was I?
Oh my goodness.
I that annoying kid.
Oh my god, the self-realization.
Shit. The cycle repeats itself.
No.
Since the last podcast, Mario Kart World Tour released for iOS and Android. It's the mobile version of Mario Kart. I don't know if y'all got to play it. I played it a little bit. Graphically, it's actually really nice. It's literally like a console version of Mario Kart, but for your phone. But the game's bullshit because you only can play against bots. I was under the impression when they first announced it that you're gonna be able to play online, because I was like, yo, this is gonna be fire, like being able to play online and shit with friends and stuff. And don't say it's not possible, because I would just like to put out there, Call of Duty Mobile is low-key fire. Not only is it online, it's the greatest hit to Call of Duty, and that shit has voice chat and that shit on the phone, nigga. I was thoroughly impressed by that. I was talking shit last night playing that game. I was like, yo,
why is this better than the console?
But at the same time, I was a little bit worried too, because I don't know if you noticed, Call of Duty Mobile is being published by Tencent. I was like, oh my god, the Chinese conglomerates on my phone spying.
They're gonna spyware.
Yeah, we got spyware on my phone.
Spywaring my phone.
But I'm not gonna lie, that's some good ass spyware though. But going back to Mario Kart Mobile, you can only play bots, so what's the point of fucking playing? And then on top of that, they have they locked the highest speed, the 200cc, behind a paywall. It's like $9.99 a month. So fuck that game. Yeah.
A month.
Yeah, it's not a one-time fee to play the game. You gotta pay $9.99 a month
to play the hardest mode. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm good off that. So just be warned, Mario Kart Mobile is not the wave.
For Mario Kart, just play the 200cc mode, which is one of the hardest modes.
Yeah, like low key, Nintendo is joining the dark side, and I feel like I'm saying it on this podcast. Do not support this shit, because I feel like Nintendo is testing the water, seeing what they can get away with on the phone before they bring it to the Switch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's super trash, bro. Like, what is literally the point? Like, they might as well not even have come out with it. Like, we knew that it was coming, but like, why would you have that and you're just playing bots? Like, literally, people talk shit on Mario Kart. Mario Kart has started fights. Like, people are like dead ass serious about that. So why would you not have like the actual mode that people want to play in there? Like, nobody wants to just beat up on the computer all day. And like, Nintendo is obviously going the wrong route with this crap when it comes to paying money for shit. So yeah, I'm not a fan.
I will say I'm glad to see people, because I've been saying this for years, like mobile gaming is not what you think it is. I play a lot of different mobile games, and I'm glad to see people are finally starting to realize that it is coming. Like, low key, I was playing Call of Duty Mobile last night, and I was like, with the right support, I could low key see a competitive scene like popping up. Not like some big competitive scene, but I can see something popping off. Like, it's really well optimized. The way that they worked with like the auto shooting system, it works. Like, it was fun to play. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like it's cool to see how far it's come, and like, don't just dismiss it because you haven't played a mobile game in some time. I'll say that much, because they've really come a long way. And last but not least, Medal of Honor VR. What did y'all want to say about this? What did you want to say, JG? I don't care about this game.
I mean, a lot of people thought that it was going to be a new Medal of Honor. Some people have been asking for it. And yeah, you're going to get it, but it's going to be a VR game. So congratulations.
Why?
Congratulations, man. Like, yeah, it literally makes no sense. Nobody wanted this to be a VR game. No one's going to pick up an Oculus or PSVR in order to play it. I'm sorry, but VR is just not what we thought it was going to be. It's still going to take a longer time. It's probably going to be another 5 years for people to actually get on board, and probably still by then we're still not going to be on it yet. Who knows what the future is going to hold, but the future right now is not VR, bro. So it's supposed to be like, you know, somewhat like of a brand new story. They're supposed to have like moments where they show like real life accounts of people in the wars and stuff. And so like gonna be some real life like docu-series as well, sprinkled in between. So I mean, if you're a warhead, then it's cool for you, but yeah, nobody wants to play the VR version of Medal of Honor.
Wasn't Call of Duty's original code name Medal of Honor Killer?
Yes, it was.
Mission complete?
It was, yeah.
I mean, Mission Complete was a long time ago, but the fact that it was resurrected as a VR game, even further, driving
it might be good. Who knows? It might end up.
It might be good.
Even
if it is good, Ethos,
I mean, my roommate has Oculus, so like I can.
Oh, okay, let's say
he's a Vive.
Ain't nobody buying an Oculus for that shit.
Yeah, like he has a Vive, so I might like he doesn't use it, so I was like, yo, let me borrow your. I was gonna do it for No Man's Sky, but I was like, let me borrow that real quick so I can try it out.
You reminded me, I have one. That shit is in the closet. I need to sell it.
Yeah, I remember last time you played that shit. You know?
It gave me a fucking headache.
Anyways. It was at the HTC Vive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a Vive. Yeah.
That shit gave me a headache last time I played it. I was like, I'm putting this in the closet. And that's all I got on my podcast note. You guys got anything else you want to add to the show before we wrap this one up?
Oh,
no.
True. Well, all right, you got the floor, Ethos. What's your closing statement for Gaming Illuminati episode 89? Go.
Thanks everybody for watching. I'm glad this one was quick. Shout out to JG. He's getting married. I'm excited to see y'all again. Because not only do I get a vacation, which I desperately need, but I get to see my boy JG entering a new stage of his life, and I'm really proud of him. I know he's gonna be a great father. Well, yeah, because you know, once that kid shows up, we never gonna see JG.
Yeah, I'm out of here, bro.
I'm never gonna see JG. We ain't
gonna have no time for Apex.
Yeah, no time for Apex. It'll be like Siggy all over again. You ain't gonna hear from him
get
like
all
months.
my gaming in as I can, man.
Yeah. So, R.I.P. to the boy. It's been a pleasure. It really has been.
True.
We'll shoot some guns in Apex for you.
Any last words there, JG, for the podcast?
Yerp, another podcast down the Gene. Appreciate all of y'all for giving it a listen or a watch, depending on whatever platform that you choose. We'll be back for another episode. I don't know when, because yeah, we're gonna be gone for a little minute. Me longer, because I have the wedding and the honeymoon like immediately after. So yeah, this is gonna be my last week, y'all. Pray for me, because yeah, we're gonna be out for at least 2 weeks on my end. But again, appreciate y'all for supporting. And we'll see y'all for the next one.
True. I don't got no closing statements for the podcast. Other than, make sure to take it on the road, get it off that Spotify, that iTunes, that SoundCloud. Back us on Patreon.
Get your radio.
True. Support all the other GI podcasts. Well, we got Otaku Summit, Enlightened Sounds, Unfiltered Facts, Hokage Thoughts, freaking Gamer Flex. It's a lot of different content. You're looking for something to listen to, because I know like last week was International Podcast Day, so support all the different podcasts. That's all I got. Other than that, I guess we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Gaming Illuminati podcast. Peace.